Hello and welcome to Wisdom Wednesday. My name is Robin Finney. I am your Oracle, Intuitive, and Authenticity Guide. And every Wednesday I come to you live to bring you a message. So before we dive in today, I just want to share a little update. I've been going through just working behind the scenes a lot and kind of in implementation mode, and so when that comes, there's just like a lot of stuff behind the scenes and tuning in and and just a lot of waiting waiting for answers while still taking action. So but yesterday I had my first photo shoot in 18 months, and it was so exciting to be back in it, and I look forward to being international again. So I'm not sure yet when that will be, but hopefully in the next couple months I'll get to start that up again. But it was super fun, and I wore a lot of makeup, but I look forward to sharing more about that soon. It's for an event that will be taking place in Dallas in November. And so they were doing some promotional photos for it yesterday, and I got to be the person behind the scenes, or in front of the camera, I guess, so to speak. So anyway, enough about that. But today, for Wisdom Wednesday, we're going to tune in and look at 3 different decks. So I invite you, if you're watching live or catching the replay, to take a moment and just take a deep breath. Allow yourself to ground in this space, and then from a neutral space, asking for guidance around what message will support you most with where you are right now. I invite you to tune in from that space, and then choose a number, 1, 2, or 3, and that will be your message for today. So if you're just now tuning in, choose your number, 1, 2, or 3, and we're going to dive in. So for my number ones, and feel free to drop in the comments what number you're choosing, and then I'd love to always hear how the message resonates with you. So we're going to start. So for my number ones, I'm pulling from the Love Your Inner Goddess deck today. And so we're going to tune in and just see which message wants to come today. All right. So for my number ones, the message is Magdalene, and she says, "You're stronger than you think." Okay. So I invite you, for my number ones, to just listen for yourself and how this message speaks to you right now. You can experience a feeling of being completely reborn, like a mythical phoenix rising from the ashes of what once was. The past completely burned away. It is not about forgetting the past, but it is the reality that the past doesn't have any hold over you. You are being given a spiritual blessing from deep within your heart to cast off anything and everything without exception from the past that does not bring you peace. The universe wants to take it from you, so let it go. There is now a brand new you, clean, fresh, and ready to start again with the protective grace of the divine all around you and within you, shining bright and true. The divine feminine spirit in you needs to feel cherished, adored, loved, and worshipped for all that she is, for all that she offers. She has so much love to give from her heart through the intimate sharing of her innermost self, through connection, touch, and the sacred pleasure of her body. She knows that expressions of love through the body are a sacred gift, of high value and worthy of appreciation and respect. They are not to be demanded or taken for granted, abused or criticized in any way. Some who lack wisdom may try to shame her and judge her gifts of physical love. Some may claim that they are owed her gifts of love and say that she must provide them on demand. Maybe they threaten to withdraw their love otherwise, to harm or reject you, or try to justify their behavior with their rights, legal or otherwise. That is always, without exception, unacceptable and a blasphemy against the goddess. You are a sister of Magdalene, a priestess of love upon this earth. You are worthy of respect, and you have the power to assert your value, your purity, and your grace, no matter what has been or may be, no matter whether others understand or agree with you. You know that dignity is always yours by divine decree. You need only claim it for yourself. So for my number ones, if you receive this message, perhaps there's a situation in your life where you've been dealing with something where you feel that you're not being heard, your voice isn't being heard, or you're not being respected, whether it's your own space, your gifts, creations, anything like that. So I invite you to really hone in on the message of Magdalene and just trust and remember that you are so much stronger. You're stronger than you think, and just trust that and embody that and really take a stand for yourself. So that's for my number ones. For my number twos, we're pulling from the Wisdom of the Oracle. And we're going to tune in and see, whew, that one came out fast, what message wants to come today. Okay, so for my number twos, the message today is yin, and it was reversed. So anytime I pull a reverse message from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, then we only read the protection message. So for my number twos, the message for today is yin. And for those of you, yin is, the yin and the yang. And so yin is the feminine principle of receptivity, letting someone else make the first move, gathering information and taking cues, and the art of conscious allowing. So that's yin. And so for your message today, I invite you to tune in and just really listen for yourself. Do you have trouble receiving? You stop the flow of abundance when you continually insist upon being the giver. You can't always lead, always give, always teach. You must be the student, the open vessel, and the one who receives the gift, gesture, or offer in equal measure. Open up and let love, life, abundance, and spirit fill you without demand or expectation. Just receive the bounty that is yours. So for my number twos, your message is the protection message from yin, and it's really inviting you, if you're a doer and you like to be in control and you want to do everything yourself and you have a hard time receiving, stop. Take a pause and really lean in and invite others to support you because they want to. The people in your life want to support you. So where in your life can you really just throw down the towel and open yourself up to receiving? And that could even look like just taking time to receive self-love for yourself. So giving back to yourself in that way, like giving yourself space to not do everything for everybody else. So where can you really sit and learn to receive? So that is your message for my number twos out there from the Wisdom of the Oracle. And finally, for my number threes, we're pulling from the Archetypes Guidebook. And we will tune in and see what message wants to come for you. And I would love to hear just how the messages are resonating for you for today. And then really take some time after to just ground yourself and sit with the message and see how it shows up for you. Okay, so for my number threes, your message, the archetype that's showing up for you right now is the village. Okay, and the village in the archetypes guidance is a place. So let's tune in and see what wants to come with this. All right, for my number threes, the village, the hometown, the family, the tribe. The village presents us with a conundrum. On one hand, it's the place that feels most like home, the place to which you can always return. Nostalgia and comfort draw us back. On the other hand, it's the very place you must leave in order to grow. Around the village, an unspoken boundary exists, one most villagers do not want you to cross. Though some support your leaving, still you hear whispers of doubt as you venture beyond its borders, leaving them behind. The energy of the village is present anytime we feel restricted by a certain group, community, family, place, or ideology. It may have served us in the past, yet staying within its parameters will never satiate our thirst for life. Thank the village for all it has provided, knowing you will someday return. For now, the world awaits. So when in light, this message is intimate, rooted, intergenerational, and communal. And when dark, small-minded, gossipy, trapped, and restricted. And it also has a note that the village moves with you, as it is more of a mindset than a physical place. And returning to the village is as important as leaving it. It can be thought of as a completion or an integration of what you learned out in the wild. So for my number 3s, your message is the archetype, the village. This is a place, and in the archetypal setting, it's a place. But for you, for your message, I invite you to really just look at, it could be your physical home, and maybe you're being called to leave. Maybe you're being called to move and just pick up your life and go somewhere else. Maybe you're being called to just go on a trip somewhere like short term. Maybe it's about a group, or maybe you're involved in a group or a program or your work, and you know it's time to step into something else and leave that behind. Or it could be a belief. Maybe there's something that you've inherited from your upbringing, through your religious beliefs or your political beliefs, or something in that realm. There could be something that's just kind of deeply rooted within you, and it's kind of been showing up like, I don't know that I actually relate to this anymore. And so it's really an invitation for you to just take a step back and look at the areas of your life where you're feeling like you've kind of outgrown it. Or maybe you did leave something behind. You took a pause, you went on a trip, you took a pause from being in group, being in community, and now you're finding that it's time to come back. So now it's like integration and really like stepping into that space and integrating everything you've learned during that journey. And then just the reminder that the village moves with you, as it's more of a mindset than a physical place. So for my number 3s, I really invite you, I really invite you to just sit with that and take some time to reflect on how this message shows up for you. So those are our 3 messages for today. Perhaps you might even relate with all 3 of them. But it's all about just like really coming home to yourself and taking that time to reflect. So I invite you to take some time this afternoon, tonight, and the next day or two to go on a walk and I'll post these messages so you can actually physically read them, and take some time to reflect on them for yourself and see how they show up for you, and then allow them to sit. Sometimes you may have chosen your number and you're like, that doesn't really relate, and just give it some time and allow life to show you and kind of unfold how those messages are showing up for you right now. So those are the messages for today, for Wisdom Wednesday. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I also, before I go, wanted to invite you, next week, I am part of the Be the Beacon Summit, and it's a 2-day virtual summit. And I know that many of us are kind of like, more virtual, but it's very interactive. So you're actually going to be connecting with others, networking, and it's all about collaboration. So if you are a service-based entrepreneur, or you are looking to grow your business, or you have a new book or a new offering or anything like that you're just really wanting to step out and meet more people, this is the opportunity for that. And I'm so excited to be a part of this awesome event. I will be speaking. I was part of the book that is coming out next week as well, called Be the Beacon. And I have a chapter in that book. So I'll be speaking about my chapter, and then also leading a workshop called Be Your Own Hero. So I invite you to tune in, and in the description you can find a link to register and use the code COLLAB50 to get $50 off the price. So share it with anybody you know who might be interested. And as always, thank you so much for tuning in for Wisdom Wednesday. And if you're enjoying this and you want to keep me fueled and keep me going, you can buy me a coffee, or a tea. That's what I'm drinking these days. So thank you so much. Have a beautiful day. And I would love to hear in the comments how today's message and messages relate with you. So take care. Have a beautiful week.